Learning CLL seems like such a difficult task because there are 42 different cases. But what if I told you already know more than half of them? Watch this video to find out how. In today's video, I'm going to be going over some simple CLL cases that are very easily graspable, and as I go over the cases, there'll be a counter up here going over how many cases I've covered. And by the end of this video, you might just know over 50% of CLL. If you want to buy this cube or any other speed cube, be sure to get it at SpeedCube shop and use the discount code RAM for 5% off your order, as well as a shout out at the end of my latest video. Just a quick prerequisite before we begin, you'll need to know CLL recognition. I have an entire tutorial on that which will be linked in the description below. However, it's pretty much just recognizing the CLL patterns on 2x2. With that being said, let's just go set by set, starting with the solved top set. Now the first case is pretty simple, it's just the adjacent swap, also known as the JPERM, and it goes like this. And executing it fast would look like this. The next case we have is the diagonal swap, aka the YPERM, which goes like this. And executing it fast would look like this. And just like that, we've already covered two cases. Now let's move on to the H cases. The first one is when you have vertical bars like this, and it's just a simple 5-move algorithm which goes like this. And executing it fast would look like this. Moving on to this case where you have horizontal bars like these, you just have to do F, sexy move 3 times like this, and then F prime. And executing it fast goes like this. And just like that, we've already covered 4 cases. Now let's move on to the pi cases. Now there's only one pi case I have to show you guys, and it's this one where you have this bar right here and these two pieces are opposite. What you have to do is just do F and do double sexy move like this and then F prime. And executing it fast looks like this. And just like that, we're 5 cases down. Now let's move on to the T cases. The first T case is pretty obvious. It's when you have these two pieces adjacent and these two are the same. What you just have to do is sexy move and then sledgehammer. And executing it fast looks like this. The next T case is also very similar. It's when you have these two pieces adjacent as well. However, the difference is these two pieces are now opposite. What you have to do is just do a U2 and do left sexy move and left sledgehammer. Basically a lefty version of the previous algorithm. And executing it fast would look like this. The last T case is this one right here, where these two pieces are the same and these two are adjacent. What you have to do is just do a Sune and then cancel into left Sune. And executing it fast would look like this. We've covered 8 cases so far. Let's move on to the U cases. Alright, so for the first case here where these two are the same and this one is opposite, what you just have to do is F, sexy move, F prime. And executing it fast looks like this. And for the final U case here where these two are opposite and this one is the same as this, what you have to do is just hold it from this angle and do a left Sune, U2, right Sune. And executing it fast looks like this. That's 10 cases down. Now let's move on to the L cases. Now for this L case here where these two are opposite and these two are the same, what you have to just do is head slammer and inverse sexy move. And executing it fast will look like this. For this L case right here where these two are opposite and these two are adjacent, what you actually have to do is hold it from this angle and do a left head slammer like this and insert this corner within left inverse sexy. And executing it fast looks like this. And for the final L case here where these two are adjacent and these two are opposite, what you have to do is pretty much just hold it from this angle and do a triple Sune, basically Sune 3 times like this. And if you cancel appropriately, it can look like this. And executing it fast would look like this. Now that's 13 cases done so far. Let's move on to the Sune cases. The first Sune case we have here is just the basic Sune where these two are opposite and these two are adjacent. What you just have to do is take this corner out, put it in the back and insert. And executing it fast would look like this. The next Sune case we have here is where these two are opposite and these two are the same, and the algorithm is really simple for this. What you have to do is just take this corner out like this and then head slammer it in. And executing it fast would look like this. Now the next Sune case we have here is where these two are the same and these two are opposite, and what you have to do for this one is just take this corner out with a head slammer, push it into the back here and insert it with our U2 uprime. And executing it fast would look like this. The next Sune case we have is where these two are adjacent and these two are opposite, and what you have to do for this one is just take this left corner out like this and then do a U2 and then sledgehammer it in. And executing it fast looks like this. And the final Sune case we have here is where these two are adjacent and these two are the same, and what you have to do for this one is just a sexy move, sledgehammer, and then as you guys can see we are left with pure Sune. And executing it fast would look like this, or anyway, now we're on to 18 cases and let's move on to the final set, Anti-Sune. Now the first case we have is just pure Anti-Sune. These two are opposite and these two are adjacent, and how you solve this case is just by doing the lefty version of Sune. And executing it fast would look like this. The next anti-Sune case we've got is where these two are opposite but these two are the same, and how you solve this case is just by doing a sledgehammer to take out this corner and just insert it normally. And executing it fast would look like this. Alright, so the next anti-Sune case we've got is where these two are the same and these two are opposite, and the way you solve this is just by doing a left head slammer like this and then putting this piece into the back and inserting it like this. And executing it fast would look like this. Alright, the next anti-Sune case we've got is where these two are adjacent and these two are opposite, and the way you solve this is just by taking this corner out like this and then U2 and then sledgehammering it in. And executing it fast would look like this. Alright, and the very last anti-Sune case we've got is where these two are adjacent and these two are the same, and the way you solve this case is just by doing a lefty sexy move, left sledgehammer, and just you're left with left pure Sune. And executing it fast would look like this. So there you have it. You know 23 out of 42 CLL cases, which turns out to be approximately 55%. So what's stopping you now? You only have 19 more cases to go. Stop making excuses and get on to smashing that sub-3 barrier. Okay, I know this was a lot of information to take in, but the way I'd recommend practicing it is by going to jperm.net and using the algorithm trainer. Just tick off all of these cases and practice them. So that's pretty much it for this video on the CLL algorithms you already know. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed and learned something. Goodbye.